Hello, everyone. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Minachen. Minachen is from New York City, but he's living in LA right now. So let's see what Minachen has to say. Enjoy the interview. Hello.
Hi,
Hello, Minachen. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Very well. Thanks so much for taking the time for the interview today. Thank you.
Of course, my pleasure. Thank you for reaching out to me.
Amazing. Just before we start, I must say your name right, Minachen?
It's Menachem,
Minachen.
but everyone says Menachem.
Okay, I'm gonna say Minachen.
Yeah. Menachem.
Minahem.
Yes.
Amazing. So tell me, how's your day going so far?
It's going really, really well. I wake up pretty early these days. I go running and I ate a nice breakfast and I went to the gym. It was leg day and now we're talking.
Do you consider yourself to be more a day or night person?
More of a midday person. I'm definitely very active at night, but I'm trying to be more of a morning person. I was living in New York. I was in New York for like a month and a half, and now I'm in California. So the jet lagness, I'm trying to stick to it. I was waking up at 8 in New York, and now it's 5 o'clock here. So
Wow. Oh my God, who is that? Just joined the
this is
interview.
Leo. I'm watching him this week. He wants
Oh,
my attention. I just
oh,
have to scratch his back while we talk, and we're good.
sweet.
See?
Okay, Minahen, so tell me, where are you from?
So I grew up in Brooklyn, New York. The place in Brooklyn is called Crown Heights, so that's where I'm from.
Hmm. And your family all live there as well?
Yeah, Sorry. You want me
Okay.
to him? Is he like making too much noise?
No, I cannot hear anything. He can keep
Oh,
him. I love when animals are around the interview. I just found so
oh, okay.
sweet.
Um, so yeah, most of my family lives in New York. I have one brother in California. I'm in his apartment right now watching his dog. And then my sister just moved to Israel for a year.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
why your name.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's Hebrew. It's Hebrew. And one of my sisters lives in New Jersey. I keep forgetting that because I'm like it's right next to New York, so I don't consider it different, but it is a different state. So
Wow. And so you are living there just for a while in California. You plan to stay there for a long while right now.
so California is new for me. I moved here in January, but I'm also bi-coastal, so I go back and forth. Not a lot, but when I do go to New York, I kind of stay there for like a month at a time.
See?
Yeah.
And what do you do for work, for living?
So I do fitness and nutrition. I'm also a private chef and I've bartended. I've done every position in a restaurant. I've done private events. But my main focus right now is fitness and nutrition because I want to just like help people, feel better about themselves.
Amazing. So before we start our journey, Will in the Magic Box, I would you like to tell me something interesting about yourself?
Something interesting about myself. What would make it interesting? I have a twin sister. I'm the youngest. Most everyone in my family says I'm very like I can manage by myself. Like I've been always I don't know the right words for it right now, but I've been very self-sufficient, I guess, since being a little kid. Yeah.
Wow, it's
I've been doing
interesting.
my own laundry since I was like 5 years old.
Oh, sweet. You know what? The funny thing is, I've done interviews for the next like almost every day, and for some reason, I have so many twins now coming through. It's like a wave of twins guests on the show. I just had an interview today with a lovely man in New York City, and he got a twin. I hope it's not you. I'm joking. You have a
No,
sister.
I have a twin sister.
I'm joking.
She was born female as well, so there's no change there.
Oh, who was born first, you or her?
She was 28 minutes. Oh, another interesting thing. I came out backwards. Feet first. Yeah.
Oh,
So I'm the baby. I'm even younger than my twin sister. Yeah.
amazing. Okay, so through the journey, I'm going to explore a little bit more about your career, about your joys in life, everything overall, okay?
Okay.
Are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and share your point of views?
Yes, I'm very ready.
Amazing. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. So I've got here my box. question. I'm just gonna play a song now, just for us to relax a bit before the first question. Okay? Let's do it. Minachen, so before we start the game, during the join, if it comes up a question that you don't want to talk about some reason, you don't want to answer, always can change, okay?
Okay.
First question for you is, what's the most romantic thing someone has ever done for you?
Most romantic thing someone has ever done for me. Ooh. Um, I guess it's like I've only been in like two serious relationships. When I feel like when they see that you have an interest in something and it might not be their interest, but they actually start partaking interest in it because they know it means a lot to you.
Do you find do you consider yourself to be a romantic person?
Yes, yes. Yes, I do.
And tell me, what's the most romantic thing you ever done to someone that they went like, oh my God, that's something unique or different that you can remember?
So, I realized that when you do like little things, I mean, they might not even be little, but like it could come off as little. That's what kind of really makes like an impression. Like for once on Valentine's Day, I made gnocchi and I made them heart shaped. And then once my partner, we had split up for a moment and he had moved to LA, and I bought him a blow up mattress so he was able to afford a real one. Like
Oh,
it wasn't even expensive, but he was just so like, wow, you know, like because it's like a little thing, but like you didn't have to, but you did. You know, these little things like that.
is still using the mattress or not anymore?
I don't talk to him anymore.
I'm joking, just teasing you. Hopefully he's still using it, and he watched the interview right now. He go like, "Of course I'm still using. I still remember you."
Yeah, yeah.
Next question. Next question for you is, how do you make friends?
Um, how do I make friends? Well, so people, you know, people are always like, "Do you want to be friends? Do you want to be my friend?" Friendship does take effort, you know, so you have to like hang out, get to know each other. Um, I've realized most of the time it kind of just like it's like you meet someone, you have like a lot of interest, so then you make the effort to like, hey, let's hang out. Usually with the people you meet over and over again until you're in a place where you're like, oh, we can do this on our own. Um, but yeah, or like you just smile and people are nice when you smile.
Your best friends, they are back in New York City, or they are in LA, sorry, in California as well?
I am in LA. Both. I have really good friends in both places.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Next question, let's do it. Okay, before the next question, tell me a little bit about your career as a fitness nutrition coach. Tell me how the idea came along and we started the journey.
So I've always been working out. My brother got me into working out. He was a very small person and he wanted to be bigger, so that was the one way he can grow. So at like 15, I started lifting weights, but at 18, I went to a gym and I asked him to like show me around because I walked around. I was like, I don't know what to do. He's like, you kind of need to come with a game plan and then you just follow the plan so you're not like lost. And I've seen many lost people at the gym. But ever since then, I was like, this is a big part of my life. I kind of want to learn what, you know, the ins and outs of it. So years later, I found a hands-on program. It was like about 3 years ago, right before a year before COVID. I found a very hands-on program that I felt I would learn the best from. So it was a pre-COVID idea that happened through COVID. And I took this course, this very hands-on course. It's in New York by FPTI Strong Focus Personal Training Institute. And I learned so much about like the human body and like how you can change it and make it do things that people think oh, I'm too old, I'm never going to be able to do that. And it's like, no, if you have the will, you have the way, you just have to like make it happen. So that really blew my mind, and I just really wanted to like get into it, and like I was like, I can help so many people with so many things. You know, it was also like a personal thing. Like I thought I knew a lot because I've been working out for like 12 years before I took this course, probably even more. And then I learned the course and it was just like a million times more information. So I thought that was really cool. And then after I became a personal trainer, I learned nutrition, and then like that matters just as much, if not more, than the working out. So it's really cool. It's really cool. I find it really fascinating.
Amazing. Do you work out every day or not?
5 to 6 days a week,
Okay, cool.
if I
Next
can.
question for you is, oh, sorry, you
Yeah.
said something, sorry? I missed.
If I can. Yeah.
Do you work out more during the day, like early morning, or do you prefer in the afternoon,
So
evening?
it's been in the afternoon, but now I'm trying to get it done in the morning right before work.
Okay, that's what I do every morning.
Yeah.
Not every morning, but I would say 4 or 5 times a week when I'm on the, you know what I mean? Like on the go, like,
Yeah.
okay, let's keep
Yeah.
going. Next question is, what's the most memorable lesson you've learned from your parents so far?
Most memorable lesson I've learned from my parents. Um, Gosh. I don't know if I have one on the top of my head, but I've definitely learned manners.
Mm-hmm.
And like manners and yeah, manners. We'll just say manners for now.
Okay. And which person in your family you are more close to?
My twin sister.
Thank you. What's the biggest difference between both of you and the biggest similarity?
Between me and my sister,
Yeah.
besides the fact that she's a female, I'm a male. She's she's religious. She's married. She has a family. I'm single, so that's very different. And similarities, I don't know. When we're in the same room, it's like we're the same person. You know, we like finish each other's sentences, kind of thing, and
Oh,
not really, but like there's a lot of like we don't have to say things to each other. We just like know, kind of
I
thing.
see. So you said about your background from like Israelist, like a back.
I'm not Israeli. I just grew up very religious, very Jewish, and very religious.
Oh, I see. So I thought you had backgrounds from Israel, like people, your friend from Israel.
No,
Hmm.
I mean I
Oh,
have cousins there, but no, I'm Polish and Russian is my background.
wow.
Yeah.
I believe you're a gay guy, yes?
Yes,
I,
very proud.
Good, very good. So, how was growing up as a gay boy, you know, back in New York City? Walk me through a little bit about your experience, and did you have the support of your family?
And do I have what was the last part?
Did you have the support of your family being gay?
So, um, when you grow up in a religious setting, I think any sort of religion that doesn't really support homosexuality, they kind of talk about it as if it's like a mole you could remove. You know, like that's why they have conversion camps and things like that. If they still exist these days, I don't. I know they're trying to stop that, but that's how you're raised about it. So when you realize you have, you know, this difference compared to like, you know, other people in your class and things, you're kind of thought like, okay, I can put it in a box and put it away, and maybe it won't come back. So I never really came like I knew I was gay, or I guess I knew I had gay, we'll say, at that time when I was younger. So I had to come out to myself first to kind of be like, no, no, this is you. It's like your faith, you know, it's who you are. So I had to first come out to myself, and then I came out to my friends and family, and it was a 6 month process telling people that were close to me, and like feeling comfortable being myself and things like that. Support from my family, it's a give and take. Everyone always asked how my coming out was. Every family member said I love you. A few of them said I don't accept the homosexuality part, but you know you're still family. So that was like, at least that was clear from them. But you know, it's really the aftermath, like your parents, like there's no like there isn't really a handbook for me to kind of give my parents or me to kind of like deal with them and them to deal with me. Even though there isn't really much to deal with, it's I'm the same person. I came out at 25 also.
Mm.
So I was grown up. Um, so it's it's more about the after part of coming out that was more of the interesting thing, like, you know, awkwardness, I guess. For, yeah.
Do you think they knew it before you came out, your parents?
You know, surprisingly not. I was very like, you know, you watch all these movies and every mom always says, "Oh, you know your son's gay. You know your son's gay. You know, from the moment you change his first diaper or whatever." So I never really had that conversation with my mom yet. Um, but I most of them have responded like, "Wow, I didn't know." I was very quiet. I didn't talk a lot because I was afraid to talk. So I guess I did it very well. I mean, some people I came out to, they were like, "About time," you know? So, but my family personally, I guess they were surprised.
You made me remember a situation. I had an interview last year with a lovely man from Italy, and I asked the same question about if his parents said, and he was like, "Of course, my parents they had eyes, so they knew at a very
Yeah.
young age, like as a joke."
Yeah, that's what I wonder. Like, there were things as a kid that, you know, my parents have like said, or you know, people in my family have said that it's just like okay, but I guess when I came out, they were very surprised.
Okay, next question. Let's do it. Next question for you is, what's your favorite TV show?
My favorite TV show of all time or currently?
All time and currently.
So I don't really watch a ton of TV. It's mostly what like my roommates have on in the background. I kind of just absorb. But I'm very religious about RuPaul's Drag Race. You know, I always like we're gonna sit down watch this Friday night. It's like the thing we do. One of my favorite shows watching whenever I'm just like hanging out, just like turn something on, would be Bob's Burgers or South Park, and really really old Sex in the City, but specifically the scenes where they are eating. That's when they talk about all their sexual stuff, and it's kind of hilarious. But the one show I've watched from beginning to end was Weeds.
Hmm.
Yeah.
When you mentioned about Sex in the City, you mentioned, yeah?
Yeah.
Which one was you? Which character was you?
So everyone always says I'm a bit of like the slut of the group. Like even when they bring up like Golden Girls, but I think it's because I'm the single one usually in the group. Yeah.
See. All right.
Yeah, I get the slutty one or like the one that's like might be in a different planet. Like sometimes I'm Rose or Blanche. I don't know. From Golden Girls.
Next question. All right. Minachen.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Next question is, which person you are more in touch with? Like which person you send more text messages to?
Like who are they?
Yeah, tell me which person like in your surrounding that you always in touch, like by text message.
So texting, so I have two people I'm really in touch with. One likes one texts and calls. The other one mostly likes to call. So one of my best friends, she lives in Hawaii. She's the one that likes to call a lot. So we do text, but we mostly talk on the phone. And sometimes we'll just hang out on the phone for hours.
Wow.
Just like watching a show or just, you know, cooking dinner together, whatever it is. So I put her at the top of the list, but if it comes to texting, my friend in New York, his name is Yoni, and I text him a lot.
I see. I'm just aware about the time because you said to me to be ready at 1 o'clock. So I'm just here looking all the time.
We're good. I told them that if this runs a little late, they're aware.
So, sweet. Don't worry, I'm gonna keep my promise. Next question. Before the next one, so tell me a little bit about your career as a chef. It's something that you always been passionate about food, about cooking, or it's just something that crossed your path and you just went for it?
So again, with the self-sufficiency, I guess I've been making my breakfast since I was able to reach the top of the stove like this.
Wow,
And then my grandfather was like, he puts a chair next to the stove and he's like, you could stand on this and see what you're doing.
sweet.
And I loved eating. I was the youngest, so I guess, it was a little give and take between the siblings, but I started cooking mostly to help my mom get dinner done faster so I could eat. Because she had to cook for six people, 8 people altogether in her
Wow,
house.
wow.
Uh, I was like, let me help her. Let me help her so I can eat faster. And then also, when you help, you get to eat while you help. Um, so that's how I got into it. And then one day I found a book on how to fold napkins, and that's how I got into hospitality, like being like service and presentation, and I really really liked it. And I just found it as something that I like doing, and I had a passion for, and I really like eating. So that's how I got into it. Do you want me to elaborate on the work
No,
part
it's
or?
okay. No, absolutely fine, absolutely fine. Say that. Tell me something that's a food that could eat for the rest of your life. And
Roasted
the
chicken.
say again,
Roasted chicken.
favorite.
Yeah.
Tell me something that you can't eat at all. You don't like it at all.
Water chestnuts. They're usually in stir fry.
Let's see. Okay. Next question is, what keeps you up at night?
What keeps me up at night? Anxiety.
Ooh. Tell me a little bit about it.
um, so I realized anxiety is something that happens as you get older. I guess it gets stronger as you get older because the things that are important to you become more specific. So you have anxiety instead of about a bunch of little different things, you kind of have anxiety about less things, but more anxiety about them. Um, but also when you have a ton of stimulations throughout the day, that's what causes anxiety, a lot of attention, a lot of action. So I'm learning that lowering your stimulation helps relieve that. So like not being on your phone so much, not watching a lot of different TV shows, maybe just one TV show throughout the day. Kind of things like that. Like less stimulation gives you less anxiety is something I'm learning now. Um, but yeah, that's what keeps me up at night.
See? Okay. 3 questions left for you. Let's do it. Okay, next question is, what is your luck number and why you consider that?
My lucky number is 8. Why is that? I'm the 8th person in my family. I'm born in the 8th month, the 28th day of the month. Oh wow, I'm just giving my whole birthday. Um, I don't know. It's also two like never-ending situations. There's no
Mhm.
beginning and no end.
Do you follow astrology? Do you believe in astrology or not?
I do believe it and I do follow it, but like when they say compatible or not, I don't necessarily believe in that part. But I do believe it means a lot about a person. When they're born, what's it gonna say? But sometimes you have to check what's going on around them because they might not be their sign, but they could be adjacent.
What's the best part of being Minachen? What's the best part of being you when you analyze yourself?
The best part of being me, I ooh, could you use that in a sentence? No, what could you get a little more specific?
Yeah, sometimes when you analyze yourself, when you go like, you know what, I know who I am, I know my values or things that I believe, things that people always point out, you know what I mean, about you, things that you come across that people like go like, oh, it's something about you that people always pointed out.
Oh, so something that people say to me.
Yeah,
Um,
and based on your own truth as well.
um, I think just like how I've developed knowledge and wisdom wise throughout the years. I know I've grown a lot. I've definitely opened my mind a lot over the past 5 years specifically. Um, you know, I used to judge a book by its cover. Now you don't. I always kind of let a person have two two impression, not a first impression, but I give them two first impressions because sometimes you're just meeting someone on the on the wrong side of the, like they woke up on the wrong side of the bed, or they could be nervous, because people just get nervous. So I think I'm just very open-minded and very accepting and very understanding. I'm a very understanding person. I can honestly say that I'm a very understanding person.
Amazing. Good. 2 questions left. Let's do it. Tell me before the next question, what do you like the most about New York City? What's the biggest joy of it? And what do you find most challenging about there?
The most, New York City. Well, so I took my niece out for her 21st birthday right before I left. We got back she was staying at my place that night because she lives in Jersey. She's the daughter of the sister that lives in Jersey. She's the first niece that I have. I have 21 nieces and nephews, if that's another interesting thing to say.
You have 21?
Yeah, I believe it's 11 nieces and 10 nephews.
Big family, amazing.
Yeah.
How they call you, uncle?
Uncle Minachen.
Minachen, okay.
So we got out of the train and I asked her if she wanted to eat something. It was 2 a.m. and she's from like little town, New Jersey somewhere. And she goes, "What do you have to eat?" And I was like, "You can get fried chicken over there. You can get a deli sandwich over there. There's 2 bodegas over there. There's a taco truck over there." And I was like, "You're in New York City. You're in the middle of the city. Like everything's available to you, and it's 2 o'clock in the morning." And that we were able to get home super easy, by the train, or if she wanted to Uber, like it's not, you don't have to wait so long. So that's really what I like, the accessibility of the city. But that can also make it challenging because when I moved to LA, it's 10 o'clock at night and I'm like, I'm hungry and nothing's available to eat. So I have to like make my own food, and you kind of have to like start remembering, like, if you're not in New York, don't be hungry at 10 o'clock.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Next question is, how do you describe a perfect friendship?
Perfect friendship? I don't think you need to talk every day, text every day. It's really just knowing that you respect each other, you understand each other, you're there for each other. There definitely has to be some communication and relationship. It is a relationship. So it's just knowing where you stand in your relationship with that person. So you don't have to like constantly win them over because you won already.
Let's see. Ready for the last one?
Yes.
Last question. Let's do it. But before the last question, through your career as a fitness nutrition coach, tell me a situation or a feedback from a client, something that happened through your career so far that you're gonna go like, you know what, it's something that always gonna have a special place in my heart that you're never gonna forget.
I'd like to give 2 situations. One was I had a client who was his numbers were super close to being diabetic. Like I think he was technically 0.1 number over, and I helped him bring himself down to not totally being clear, not pre-diabetic, no warnings. His doctor was cured, I guess, and not the right word for it because it's not I don't know, but that was just a very like special moment for me when he shared that news, because I'm a nutrition coach. I'm not a nutritionist, so I can't really tell people. I just guide them for their goals, and this was something he was dealing with, but he also wanted to lose weight and everything, and we weren't even tracking calories yet. We were mostly just taking pictures of everything he ate, and we would talk about it and help him make better decisions. Come to think of it, there's actually 3 moments. Another one was a client, he was tracking what he eats, so I was able to see everything. And one night he ate Burger King, And I asked him what made him want to eat Burger King. I was like, you live in Hell's Kitchen. It's an area in New York City where you can get a deli sandwich for probably cheaper than the amount of food you got at at Burger King. It would be more nutritional, have better nutritional value than what you had, more protein, probably less money. It would just been all around better. And he's like, I never thought of that, because he's like, for me, Burger King was just the first thing that comes to mind. So he was like, thank you for like helping me learn to make other decisions about what's actually around me and even closer. And then the third one was I was training this female at Equinox, and sometimes when you're working with someone in person, they'll get a little pain somewhere or something, so you just want to make a little tweak to something to see if it helps the pain go away, and it did. And she said, thank you for your knowledge. And I thought that was a really cool compliment. Thank you for your knowledge.
Oh, that's sweet. I like that. Actually, I like the way, the more.
I like to explain everything I put my clients through, why we're doing it, what's going to happen, why it might help the pain go away, or, make, things like that. I try to be as informative as I possibly can.
Right. Last question is, do you think your priorities have changed since you were younger?
I mean, the priorities of what?
Overall?
I still want a family. I still want like a house with a garden and all that. So that kind of stuff, that hasn't changed. But I think hopes and dreams did change a little bit. The world definitely changed a lot since I was a kid. So yeah, they definitely did change like a little bit, not really too much.
Do you think that's a desire or this wish that, this family, this, you know what I mean? It's a wish to have a family, to have a house, to have like a partner or kids or dogs. Do you think that's, you feel like it's kind of far away from your reality, or you feel like maybe it's coming sometime soon, or you would like to come sometime soon?
So what I've realized is if you want something, you have to make a vessel for it so it can be received. I've definitely worked a lot on making that vessel. So when you work on yourself a lot and you make this thing that you want to accept things to come into it and flourish, you learn a lot about yourself, and especially when you work on yourself a lot, you gain a lot of self-respect and confidence. That's another reason why I got into this thing, is because I see my clients gain a lot of respect. So I'm very happy as a single person. I do want to be in a relationship and have a family and all that, but I got to make sure the person's worth my time. So close or far, I don't know. I'm not, every person I meet, whether it's like for a coffee or a longer date, I'm very open and I kind of give them the full benefit of the doubt. But if they're not worth my time, I'm fine sitting on this couch by myself.
All by myself. You see, you're just thrown to the universe right now. You never know. Maybe this person is watching the interview somehow. Yeah. Maybe you come to this person. Imagine.
I just hope he has respect and good communication.
The message is out there, even stronger now. It became even more serious now, the message. Right, it's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game, okay? I'm going to give away some words. Just tell one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking, okay?
Okay.
One word for family.
Love.
Money.
Happiness.
And one word for love.
Home.
Life.
Life. Exploring.
Sex.
Passion.
Politics.
Ew.
Religion.
What?
Religion.
Religion. Wisdom.
Fear.
Fear. Strength.
Friendship.
Friendship, connection.
Desire.
Desire, that's lust or passion as well.
Regret.
Regret. One word for regret would be growth.
Success.
Success would be oh god. Why isn't I really have no words in my head right now? It's like a mishka bobble. Success would be work.
Wish.
Wish. Your wish is my command.
Same. Happiness.
Happiness. Every day.
One word for New York City.
One word for New York City. Amazing.
One word for LA.
Relaxing.
USA, one word.
Messy.
And the last one now, online fitness nutrition coach.
Yeah.
One word.
One word for that. What would I give for that? It's online fitness nutrition coach. Change.
Let's pretend I'm going to meet your best friend for a coffee, and I'm going to ask your best friend, what is the most beautiful thing about Minachen, and what's something that he still needs to work on, to improve on? What your best friend would say?
I think she would say that I'm a very real person. I'm very I've grown a lot, and I have so much respect for myself that I just don't deal with bullshit anymore. Sorry, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that.
It's okay. It's okay.
We talk about everything, guys and whatever. So she'd just say she calls me her baby. I'm her daughter, and I call her mom. Just how much I've developed and how much respect I've gained for myself over the past few years. And what's the one thing I need to work on? Probably my attitude when I get a little angry.
Like you said, a little. And
yeah, I can get a little testy. I'm a very upfront and blunt person, so it's my delivery. Sometimes it can come out.
Oops. I don't want to be around you when you get angry, okay? I don't want to be too close to you. Nicole, that's the same question to your lovely twin sister. Would be the same answer?
I think my delivery would be the same thing I need to work on, because every time I'm having a little talk with one of her kids, she's always like, whoa, it's about your tone. But I don't know. I'm very giving to her. I like when she moved to Israel, and I was in LA, and I went to New York for the whole time I was in New York was mostly because of her, to help her move. And so we packed up her house, things to give away, donate, take to Israel, store in my parents' house. So I think she'd just say I'm a very giving person.
Amazing.
She's always said thank you, for everything I've ever done for her, and she's always like, what can I do to repay you? And I'm just like,
oh.
What are you talking about?
Oh, that's sweet. Very sweet.
Yeah.
Let's play now Minachen and the magic box, and you can ask me a question. All right, you can ask me a question now.
What motivates you?
Wow, good question. My goodness, I could be another hour just talking about that. Motivation. I love the word motivation. Right. I'm going to answer two parts. Yeah. The first part is I love waking up early morning, every day. And, some people, they have, they wake up very slow. They are moody. They are grumpy. It's quite common to happen. And I'm totally the opposite. If you see me waking up in the morning, it's like you see right now. People, when I go to people, go like, my goodness, William, it's 7 o'clock in the morning. How can you be like that? So I have this fresh like energy that's, you know, always been this way. Waking up morning for me, it gives me like motivation. I feel motivated about a new day. I love seeing the day going through, like waking up, you know what I mean? The colors, the sounds, the, you know, everything about morning for me, it motivates me, gives me this motivation, this feeling of going, you know, starting a new day. I think that's the motivation for me as well. It just brings this good energy, like a very natural energy. You know what I mean? It's not an energy that I don't need to look for it. It's already here. Of course, when I have the morning, I'm slow, very slow. But as soon as I have my shower, as soon as I step out of my house, that's it. It's like the energy starts. Tuk, 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 tuk. So this is one of the biggest motivation for me, always been. And also, it's gonna sound cliche, but doing the magic box, you have no idea, it motivates me like the most. I just want to do this like no stop. I wish I could hang up another person, because it feels, it makes me so happy and motivates me. I think people, actually, let me put it a different way. People on the show motivates me, because when I'm talking to you right now, I could feel your energy. At the same time as well, it motivates me. Maybe too, you're talking about, you know, about respect yourself, about people, you know, this kind of thing that people say motivates me as well. It's like I have a therapy every day. You know what I mean, with different people. So for me, it's a motivation. Imagine like having so many conversations with different people, different backgrounds. All of that motivates me. I've learned so much, I've grown so much as a person. A lot of things that taboos that I never talked before. Like for me, I remember the first time when I heard the word polyamorous hit on the show, and I didn't know what it was about. And this person, I think my lovely guest, he could work it out that I was a bit confused, and he explained to me about it. Since then, I had so many people here on the show, not just that, but different topics that I wasn't very familiar with. That for now, for me, I'm more educated. I feel more open as well. You open my mind, you know, it's so many different ways. Not just that, but like a lot of things that for me wasn't very clear. So imagine the motivation for me to, you know, to start a conversation with, you know, someone special. Like you are in LA, you are 8 hours behind, and we are having this moment here right now. So yeah, waking up every morning, starting my day is a big motivation. At the same time as well, being here, sitting here, and having this moment right now, making this memory forever. So that's for me is a big motivation in my life.
That's beautiful.
Did you enjoy the interview?
Yes, thank you.
Oh,
You're a
thank
lot
you
of
so
fun.
Thank you so much. I just like the way you know, you approach, always smiling, you always like making fun of, you know, of things, situations. I think that's what life is about for us too. You know, life goes in a much easier way. You know what I mean? When you have this approach.
I always say life is better when you smile and when you're a sweet person than when you're not.
And I read once as well that peace starts with a smile, and it's so true, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
contagious. Keep
yeah.
smiling.
It's
Before you go, if you can share a positive message or anything that you live by.
positive message, anything that I live by. Besides, if your life is better when you're sweet. Um, just because you fall out once doesn't mean you fall out forever. Um, to give an example, if you break, since I'm a fitness and nutritionist, if you break your diet on Wednesday, don't restart it on Monday. You just broke it on Wednesday. And if you broke it at breakfast, you didn't break it at lunch. So just keep it to breakfast and continue it for lunch. It's never too late to go back.
I like that actually. I like that. It's so true because we tend to do the different ways and things. We need to go the different way to feel guilty, to kind of
Yeah.
give ourselves a hard time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you Brazilian?
I'm from Brazil, yeah. I'm originally from Brazil.
Beleza.
Beleza. Can you speak Portuguese?
Só um pouco. Eu vai quando eu 16 anos para estudante. E meu
Wow.
irmão tem casamento brasileira.
Really? That's amazing. Wow.
So it's been years since I falo português, but eu sou pouco. Eu sei, sabe?
Eu
Pouco.
sei. Eu sei um pouco.
Sei pouco.
Wow. What's your favorite Portuguese word?
Um, it's not, I don't think it's a really cool word, but everyone in when I was in school, they were saying how it's really hard for the Americans to like get the like flow of it, but it's the way you say apple because I got it right away, which is maçã.
Oh my God, I'm so surprised because you're right. People they
Yeah.
have difficulty because of the sounds, like
Yeah,
maçã, the
so
sounds.
that's how I noticed the difference between Portuguese and any sort of other Latin language because of the tune you guys.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
like a nasal, like a you talk through your nose like
It's
maçã.
nasally, but there is a very nice like flow to it. Yeah.
Amazing, amazing. Muito obrigado.
De nada.
Oh, thank you so much, Mihan. Okay,
You're
it was a pleasure to connect with you. Okay,
likewise. Have a great day.
you too, and you made on time for your next meeting. You made on time.
Yes.
Good.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate this. Have a great night.
Keep in touch. Okay. Bye bye. So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, to share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why you'd like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye. See you next time.